Hello guys, welcome to the Gator Talk podcast. My name is Jaden Sheridan and I'm your host. We do not have our co-host Ethan Bosket, but today we have a guest. Please welcome my long, well-known friend, Gabriel Marino.
Hello. Thank you.
If I were you, I'd just come down like me so the microphone can reach you better. Alright, so this is season 2, episode 2. I recorded the first episode of season 2. I just failed. I tried and I forgot to export it to YouTube, upload it to YouTube. So we're going to be uploading all the rest. So we have our guest, Gabriel Marino. This is probably going to be one of our first guests incoming pretty soon. So as I'm putting something on my mic to clear any background noise. There we go. There we go. Okay, so today Gabriel and I are going to be doing weather predictions, but first we have to start with the traditional weather forecast. So, go to pull the weather forecast. Today's weather is brought to you by the Weather Channel. Right now in Jacksonville, Florida. It is 64 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Wind blowing at 9 miles an hour, east-southeast. Feels like 64, high 72, low 57 was today. Saturday, our high will be 53 with a low of, Saturday, yeah. Our high will be 53 with a low of freezing, 32 degrees. And Sunday, high 45, low 39. So then for my area, Neptune Beach, and that's downtown Neptune Beach right now, 64 degrees. It's still going to be the same thing as Jacksonville. Enough with that stuff. We are going on to the fun stuff. Okay, so after this, we are going... Alright, so our first game we have is Oakland and Houston. That will be going on tomorrow. Who do you think will win the game?
I think Houston will win the game with Osweiler.
Osweiler, yeah. Okay.
He's not playing very good, but their backup quarterback is amazing, and DeAndre Hopkins. He's got to be the reason.
Okay, so I'm going to put, I think Houston Texans are going to win, and I have a lot of reasons why. One out of 4 reasons. One is the home record. The Texans had a 7-1 home record in 2016, tied best with the NFL, with 2 wins over playoff teams. So that is one reason we are going down to view our second reason. The key stats, among all starting quarterbacks in the playoffs, Brock Osweiler does have the lowest passing rating. That stinks, 72.2. The third reason is the Houston Texans' strength. The Texans had the number 1 total defense in the regular season, 301 yards allowed per game. Then you got to get to Houston's weaknesses. Houston's 25 TDs this season are diffused by a playoff team in a 16-game season era. Final reason is X Factor. Devaney Clowney has at least 1 sack in 3 straight games, tied third longest streak in the NFL. So he has at least 1 sack. So that is why I'm thinking Houston will win. Gabriel picks Houston. I pick Houston. Next game is Detroit and Seattle. No doubt about it. We both think Seattle's going to win.
Seattle, because they're Russell Wilson, Doug Baldwin, and Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett has
sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Steve, yeah. Okay. They have a lot of good reasons to win. I'm going to also give you a few good reasons. Is the 12-man region. Seattle has won 9 straight home games in the playoffs, the longest active streak in the NFL. Second is the key stat with Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor both on the field in 2016. Seattle held opposing quarterbacks to a 31.9 passer rating. Without both on the field, Seattle allowed a 90.0 passer rating. So you can just see that Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas are pretty much the stars on defense, along with Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
But Richard Sherman is out as a cornerback. Third reason is Seattle's strength. The Seahawks have been ranked in the top 5 in scoring defense, total defense, and yards per play allowed in 2016. But then Seattle's weaknesses. Seattle ranked 23rd or worse in rush yards per game. yards per carry and 10-plus yard rushes in 2016. Final X Factor. Cliff Averill and Frank Clark combined for 21.5 sacks in 2016. Only one duo had more in 2016, Marcus Golden and Chandler Jones. Gabriel picked Seattle. I picked Seattle. So far, we have Houston and Seattle advancing. This game is going to be a pretty close one.
Miami and Pittsburgh.
But who do you think will win and why? Yeah, it's a hard
I've got to say Miami.
Miami!
Because Miami, just their wide receiver and quarterback.
Jarvis Landry and Ryan Tannehill, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You can't forget about, what's his name?
But what about Antonio Brown and Ben Roethlisberger?
Roethlisberger cannot rush. He's too slow.
We understand that.
And sometimes Roethlisberger is just way off.
But yeah, you're right. But according to stats, Ben Roethlisberger has a 116.7 passer rating at home this season, second best in the NFL. But he has a 78.4 on the road. Pittsburgh is home. I gotta disagree with you, buddy. I think Pittsburgh's gonna win. I mean, I understand how Ben Roethlisberger is a pocket passer, and these are a few reasons why. Number one is on a roll. The Steelers have aimed their longest single-season win streak, 7 games since the 2004 season, 14-game win streak. And Le'Veon Bell is in the talk about MVP candidate, but I don't think he's going to get it. Who do you think will be the MVP is what I want to know. Speak close to the mic.
Let's see.
Maybe
I
really wouldn't talk about the Dallas rookies.
Definitely not.
Prescott and Elliott can go for Rookie of the Year. I don't think they will be able to make an MVP. Okay, anyways.
AJ Green, maybe.
AJ Green, yeah, but
he's pretty good. He's not the worst.
Okay, so the Pittsburgh Steelers' strength is another reason. The Steelers' offense produced 115 big plays this season. Second most in the NFL. Big plays refers to 10-plus yard runs and 20-plus yard passes. But the Steelers' defensive weakness, the Steelers' defense allowed 4.3 yards per carry, tied 18th in the NFL. So he goes with Miami, I go with Pittsburgh. The first time we disagree with something. 7 minutes and 44 seconds into the podcast, our next team. For the wild card is New York and Green Bay. The Giants, I think, in my opinion, the Packers will win. What about you?
Yeah.
Packers, okay. Aaron Rodgers has 18 TDs and 0 interceptions over his last 7 games. Rodgers finished the season with a league-high 40 touchdown passes. You're going to see 35-plus touchdown passes by Aaron Rodgers almost every year. Next is the Packers' strength. They have their strength and weakness. What were you going to say?
Just Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson. Wait, Jordy Nelson does play for Green Bay.
Yes, he does.
Jordy Nelson, he's just amazing at catching.
You're right about that. All right, so we have Green Bay's strengths and weaknesses. The Packers had the number 4 scoring offense, 27 points per game, and the number 2 third down offense, 46.7% conversion rate in the regular season. Then you go over to Green Bay's weaknesses, and their weaknesses are in the regular season, Green Bay's defense allowed a 95.9 passer rating to opposing quarterbacks, 26th in the NFL, and they are. Then the X Factor. Ty Montgomery averaged 5.9 yards per carry in the regular season, most among non-QBs with 60-plus carries. So we both go with Green Bay. So let's take a recap. Houston wins. Seattle wins. He thinks Miami wins. I think Pittsburgh wins, and we both think that Green Bay wins. All right, so now we have to focus on the teams on bye. We have Atlanta, New England, Kansas City, and Dallas. Who do you think will have that shot at the Super Bowl? AFC team. I really think New England, because, against the Kansas City team.
Kansas City has an amazing defense, but I will have to say New England, too.
For the end of AFC, who do you think will make it for the NFC?
So Dallas.
Dallas Cowboys, okay. Alrighty. And you got the Pro Bowl, but we don't have the roster in yet.
You do on Madden. Mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah, the roster.
Okay, so now we're going to be going over standings, sorry. For the teams that didn't make the playoffs, and how do you think they could make the playoffs? AFC East, we have Buffalo and the Jets. Buffalo went 7-9. Why do you think they didn't make the playoffs?
I can't say why they couldn't.
Well, I mean, with draft picks and stuff, what do you think their record would be next season? I think they go 8-8.
I think they might go even lower.
Lower?
They could go 6-9 or...
You mean 6-10?
Yeah.
All right, the New York Jets. They went from 10-6 to 5-11. Selfie moment of shame for the Jets. They stink now.
I can't believe that.
They suck.
Calvin Pryor didn't make many interceptions like he did last year.
Yeah. So, Jets went 5-11. I think they go 4-12. What about you? One more selfie moment of shame for the New York Jets. Come on. All I have to say to them is, come on, man. All right, so time to move on to the key division I want to talk about.
AFC South.
AFC South, they're the only division in the AFC that has 3 teams that did not make the playoffs. That's Tennessee, Indy, and Jacksonville. Let's talk about Jacksonville. They went 3-13. They suck overall. They finished 5-11 last year. I don't know why they went down. Everyone was expecting them to go up, but they went down. What do you think their record would be next year? Selfie moment of shame to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They suck overall, so.
I think they could be better if Blake Bortles just improved his passing.
Well, Bortles has one of the lowest passing ratings in the NFL, and he has 22 or 3 passing TDs. I mean, he has more than Russell Wilson and other professional quarterbacks that's been around more. The question is, what do you think their record would be next year? Will they go down or up first?
I think they might go up.
Record?
6-10? Yeah.
6-10, I think they go 7-9. They have at least one chance to not lose 10 games. They have the draft picks. They probably get the third or fourth.
Hopefully they can draft some of the Gators.
I mean, there are some good Gators, but also you got to look at Ohio State and Alabama.
Yeah. Don't forget about Clemson.
And Clemson also. Okay, so the next team we have is the Indianapolis Colts. They went 8-8. I'm going to tell you why I'm surprised. Last season, I pretty much saw why. But now with Andrew Luck coming, he couldn't do anything except get 8 wins, but miss the playoffs. I think they have to go 10-6 next year. What do you think?
I think they might go 7-9.
Okay. All right, our final team for the AFC South is the Tennessee Titans. For not making the playoffs and for Marcus Mariota getting injured, selfie moment of shame.
Jacksonville Jaguars just sacking him, grabbing him right in the leg, and
I can't believe the Jaguars injured him. Selfie moment of shame for both the Jaguars and Titans. Okay. I think the Titans go 7-9 next year. What about you?
I might say 8-8.
Nice, okay. Alright, our final division that we're going to be doing is the AFC West before we have to... Actually, no. Here's one team I want to focus on. Browns.
Browns 1-15.
Selfie moment of shame. This is the last team we're going to go over. 1-15. They suck. All I got to say is that they go 0-16 next year. Just what record do you think will they go next year?
I kind of feel bad for them because they have a good wide receiver. They have one good wide receiver.
Yeah, but we have 26 seconds, so let's wrap it up.
I think they might go maybe 2-14.
Nice, okay. All right, so that will end it for our podcast today. We still have another podcast episode coming up. Thank you for watching Gator Talk. This is your host, Jane Sheridan, with our guest, Gabriel Marino. Thank you guys, and